Hey everyone, it's Greg from Stationery Shenanigans. I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I don't think I normally do a plan with me video that's kind of just like me walking through my thought process and setting up the whole week in my planner. But I was recently watching some videos from Beth at Beth Coffee Plans, which I'll be sure to link her channel below. I think she has some really great videos that kind of walk through her thought process as she's planning in her Jibun Techo, and I thought I would give it a try too. So it is Sunday night. I am going to record this and hopefully get it up to you by tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And I'm gathering my things in my bag for a long work week. There is a lot of stuff happening. For those of you who don't know, I teach college and I am a PhD student, and we have about 3 full weeks left of the semester. My last day at the university for this semester is May 15th. So there is just so many things I have to get done between now and then that I've decided I'm going to use my planning power to harness positive energy and not stress. My goal is to not feel stressed at the end of the semester. So fingers crossed. I have 3 major projects that I have to submit for my PhD coursework, including a field examination that happens this weekend. And I also, of course, have to finish teaching and grading my student papers and workshopping them because my students are actually doing qualitative research and conducting interviews and writing actual, scientific research reports to submit to, which is exciting, but it is just a lot of things happening. Plus, I also work my other part-time job, and on top of all those things, of course, I need to cook and clean and do laundry and try to have a social life and all those things. So let's see what we can do with planning to kind of maintain all my different deadlines. Surprisingly, I feel a little bit better because I've had major things off my list. I've presented at 2 different conferences in the past 4 weeks. I've had some travel, so it's just been kind of crazy, but now it feels a little bit better per se. So I just have my final projects I need to be working on over the next few weeks. So anyway, this is my campus weekly diary. When I think we decided what size this is, A5, right? That I got for 75% off at Barnes & Noble, because believe it or not, Barnes & Noble has some really amazing stationery, especially if your Barnes & Noble has a paper source store kind of built into it. I recently posted on my community tab. They're selling, notepads and notebooks with Tomoe River paper, which is really surprising for a Barnes & Noble. And yeah, so I switched up some of my planning stuff and realized I needed to have something where I could do like actual plans on one side and have notebook paper on the other side. So when I'm in meetings and things like that, I need to write a little bit more than just what would fit like on my Jibun Techo, I would feel free to have that space. And it has been working well. I'm very happy to report. So let's spend a few minutes working on my planner. I'm going to kind of ramble a little bit as I'm doing this. I've got some mint tea going because it is late at night and we're just trying to wind down. And I think, I don't know, there should be a hashtag about like planning power and controlling the stress by planning or something like that. Grabbed a few stickers, grabbed a recent washi tape I got at Kinokuniya. If you haven't watched my Shop With Me video, go ahead and check it out. And we're just gonna focus on my academic and work stuff. And I also want to set the caveat that this is definitely not aesthetic planning. I want to just plan stuff and work on my journals and planners and not really care how it looks. So this will just be whatever. So if you're looking for more aesthetics, you might not find that here, but I hope you'll still join me and comment below how you like to do planning. Do you like to do it on Sunday nights or maybe Monday morning? I don't know if the Sunday night thing is going to work for me, but now that I'm thinking about it, it might be good because it also helps you fight off the Sunday scaries a little bit. It's something to look forward to. So if anyone's interested, I've been using this Pilot Dr. Grip 4+1 in matte black for pretty much everything. It's really heavy. This is black metal and all this is heavy here at the bottom. And it's got the 4 basic colors, ballpoint ink pen, and a mechanical pencil. It's just like the best all-around thing. It's also fun and professional looking, and that's what I've been using specifically in my Kokuyo planner. let's get down to it. Okay, so tomorrow is the 15th. Let's take a look quickly at my Google Calendar, which is what I use for all my university stuff, to see what we have on the docket for tomorrow that I need to be aware of. So tomorrow is a pretty normal day. I just have 2 back-to-back classes and office hours. And I don't think I had any students make any appointments with me for tomorrow. So I don't really know if I'll have to have my office hours. But I do need to have an article ready to discuss in my one class. So let's switch it up to 680. Whoop, let me take this magnetic bookmark off, which is a donut. Article. And then for my novel, I need to read part 1 of Beloved, which I actually just did before I started recording. I finished part 1. So that can actually go off of my list, but let's just write everything down because I know I'm going to have to read part 2 and work that in there. Does anyone make a list and then check off something they know they already did because it's like, it just feels satisfying? Because that's definitely me. Okay. Tomorrow, 2 classes. Tuesday the 16th is a normal day, and then I'm working my other job from 2 to 5. So I want to put that on there. And I'm doing the same thing actually on Wednesday, 2 to 5. Then Thursday I had a reschedule of something. I also had a cancellation of something tomorrow, which is why the 15th isn't actually horrible. We were having a guest scholar come and visit, and she had to cancel. So that frees up my entire afternoon and evening. And then Friday, normally I work my other job, but I'm not working it because I have my comps exam. So I'm gonna put not working my other job, and then 507 exam. So this isn't a full comprehensive exam. If anyone's in grad school, you know you have to take like this 3-day exam in your field to become like credentialed before you can move on to working on your research for your PhD dissertation. This is kind of like a mock exam for one of the classes I'm taking, and it's actually literature, which is not what I specialize in. So this is kind of a useless activity, but I'm required to do it. So it gets released at 5 p.m. on Thursday, and then it's due by noon on Sunday. I'm probably gonna tell myself not to look at it Thursday night, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just write 507 exam released at 5, and then I'm just gonna put comps exam due at noon. My goal, since I took off on Friday, is to do all of my exam on Friday as much as I can, and then maybe like a little dash of it Saturday night after I sleep on it. But I'm really trying to have a social life now, and yeah, so I want to be able to go to the movies on Saturday and have fun. So those are the major things of the week. We just have our normal stuff scattered about. So I'm just putting it at the top here. I like to put like, this is like my 3 things checklist of things that I need to be mindful of throughout the week that I want to continue. Obviously, my comps exam is the biggest thing. I'm so nervous for this because it is not my area of specialty at all. And I'm pretty much the only person in the room who this is not what I'm specializing in. So it's kind of like moot for me. And if I don't score high enough in this class, I'll have to take another one. And I don't want to do that either. So we'll see how that goes. So I want to do my comps exam. I think my lesson planning for the teaching, I think I finished my lesson planning. I want to check on that. So let me put lesson planning. Another thing I want to do is stay up to date on grading, because my students are submitting a research plan and I want to get them feedback as soon as possible. That way they can proceed with their study. Again, if you've had to conduct like a research study, you have to have informed consent documents, you have to have all these different things, and you have to have a green light from like your primary investigator or your principal investigator, the person who's like overseeing your research. And even though what my students are doing is like a mock research, they still are required to go through all of those major steps. So as they're getting stuff coming in throughout the week, I want to be able to log in and approve or deny stuff. That way they're not waiting on me, because I hate having to wait on others. I think it's so unfair and cruel. So I try to log in every day to check to see what my students have submitted so they can you know, be happy and be on their way. Okay, now I want to look at my course syllabi to see what I have to have read or done for those days. This is really like a juggling act, y'all, of all the different things you kind of have to manage. So let's look here. I'm looking online. I need to read the rest of Beloved by Wednesday, which is the 17th. So I want to put 507, which is the course number. I don't know. It's just how instead of having to write it all out, I just put 507. Finish Beloved, which I think I will have no problem finishing. So I need to do that, and then we have our comprehensive exam. And I do need to think ahead a little bit, so I'm looking at my final project is due May 10th, which I think I already put in my planner. I did. So that gives me 3 whole weeks to work on my project. And because I'm already spending my entire Friday, part of Sunday and Saturday and Sunday working on this, I don't want to spend too much time on it. So I'm just gonna make some notes here. So I'm thinking like final planning. So I'm writing final plannings. And so for 507 this week, I want to read like at least 1 criticism article. And that's pretty much it. I know which novel I am writing my paper about. And the next thing, I did gather some literary articles over the weekend. So I just want to read 1 of those to keep it going, because my theme here is kind of like, and let's just write it here. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but chip away to the finish line. That's like what's been going on in my head. Instead of like blocking off major time chunks to be able to devote to my projects, I think I just need to do like 20 to 30 minutes a day, which isn't normally how I do things. I like to be like, okay, on Thursday, I'm hunkering down, doing everything, but I just can't afford to do that with all the different things I'm supposed to do. So I'd love to do that for 507 this week. So let's take a look at 514, which is my medieval literature class. I have the syllabus here. If anyone's interested in seeing like what we read, I can check off that I did another source presentation. I have all these things I have to do. And just looking, so week 13, we're on week 12. So I have my visit on, I did that, slay. Okay, so I have my visit on Thursday afternoon. I have to go to, I'm supposed to read Squire's Tale, Prologue to Pardoner's Tale, and Pardoner's Tale, which I need to log in online to see what she's posted specifically. Pilgrimage of the Soul, which, this might have to do with my final project, so I'm just going to put a question mark. Whoops, I want to do it in black. Read Pilgrimage of the Soul. And this is going to sound bad. Actually, let's see when she wants us to have stuff due. If anyone's second guessing that they want to go to grad school, this should be your second guess. So last day of class is May 7th. We have to do finished presentations. So the 2nd and 7th, we're doing presentations, which means Wednesday the 8th, I have to have a annotated bibliography. Oh, Monday the 13th, it's due. Okay. Just kidding. So we need to read 1 article this week for 507. Okay. So actually, let's put that in there. This kind of changes. Good thing we're doing this, because I just realized I thought it was the 15th everything was due. Whew. So let's put annotated bib is due on the 8th. So I'm just going to put 514 annotated bibliography due. And then we're going to just skip real quick to the 13th, and I'm just going to put 514 paper due. Which means, y'all, my partial last day of freedom is May 13th. If I have to submit that, and the last day of the semester is May 15th, like that's when I'm contractually here, all I have to do between then is grading of my students' work, which won't be too bad, actually. So we need to read at least 1 article a week. 1 article this week, and I have a few I've picked out. Okay, so let's take a look at what I need to do for 680. I'm pretty sure read, I need to read all my articles, read remaining articles on GoodNotes, which is kind of the app I use to organize my PDFs. I chose 10 articles that I want to do for my annotated bib, which I have to do a proposal to a conference, annotated bib, and then we have workshops that I have to attend, which I'll find more about tomorrow, so I'm not stressing about that. And okay, so those 3 things I want to chip away, at least one article for 507 and 514, and then the rest of the articles for my 680, which I think is doable. And I also need to somehow this week send emails, so follow-up emails from the conference and Dr. J, who was one of my mentors in my MA program. I want to email her just to say, hey, I've learned throughout this whole process that keeping in touch with people who've empowered you in the past is like really important, because she is someone that like really kind of encouraged me in a lot of different areas of life. So don't want to lose touch with her. Okay, so this planner, as a reminder, this is just my academic planning notebook, and I'll bring this to campus and I'll adjust things and I'll write things down as they happen. I want to do a quick look ahead at next week. So why I'm saying that is because like personal things I plan for Saturday aren't going to be on this planner. You know, payments to stuff or financial stuff aren't going to really be on this planner unless it's something I'm going to do while I'm at the university or it's related to the university. So I want to do a quick look ahead to next week, because a lot of what I do this week could be impacted by next week. And I don't have anything like super major next week, except I'll just kind of continue working on my final projects. I just want to make sure I don't have any guest lectures I have to go to. I do have a department head search meeting on the Monday, but that's fine. So now that we've got some stuff written in here, let's do a little bit of decorating just for fun. This is that washi tape I had got at Kinokuniya. Okay, it's actually navy. It looked black in the store, so I just want to put that along the bottom here. I kind of learned to have fun with this. It's just to do your messy planning and then do a little bit of decorating to kind of like zhuzh up your papers and feel better, instead of doing like aesthetic planning, which is what is so common on YouTube. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes it's exhausting when you just like, you're so focused on the aesthetics that you're not actually planning and not actually doing things on your task list. So nothing wrong with it, just it can be discouraging sometimes. Okay, so I put some washi tape there. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm hopeful that the next few weeks are actually gonna go well. So knock on wood. But that's what I'm feeling. So that's what we're putting up here, just a little hopeful sticker. And then I actually got these at Five Below. And I dog sat this weekend, and it was absolutely lovely, and I want to be reminded of that loveliness, so I'm going to put a little dog up here in the corner, a little one of these. I love these. This is also from Pipsticks. I love the Chinese food carton and not grocery bag. What's that called? Trolley, grocery cart. I do need to actually do some grocery stuff tomorrow. Now I'm just putting this on the sticker on here to kind of remind myself. I'm not committing. I probably should go tomorrow or Tuesday, so I'm just gonna like kind of just like stick that there just for funsies. Yeah. Let's just put one of these little like flag stickers on there. I really want to spend my whole Friday doing that exam, but it's not something you can do in one sitting. You have to like write all these different things and blah blah blah, but you know, we're gonna do what we can. Maybe we just need more washi tape. Maybe we'll just do some white washi tape across the bottom there. And I really like this white washi tape because you can write on it too. So sometimes if you put washi tape over and you run out of space, you can write on it, and we love that. But anyway, comment down below if you made it through my whole video. I really appreciate you watching me. Sometimes I really just like hearing other people talk while they're doing stuff. And yeah. So we got a good week up ahead. I have my little donut bookmark thing so I can open to that page. And I will have to go back sometimes like and reference other things I've written, especially like notes that I've done, things like that. I did meet with my faculty advisors last week about my projects, so I kind of like had the green light to just continue. Chip away to the finish line, and yeah, so I'm sure I'll write some more stuff after the next few days, but I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Take care.